The Crypto Markets Update is brought to you by KuCoin, the best place to find the next crypto gem.
Crypto's on a rebound, and joining us now to discuss the markets is Rufus Round, CEO of crypto trading platform GlobalBlock. Good morning, Rufus.
Good morning, Lawrence. Thank you for having me on.
Hi. Thank you for being here. So, of course, we're seeing a lot of action in the Ether market. There's been some enthusiasm, naturally, because of the positive test results prior to the merge. Is this a case of Ether driving the crypto market right now, or is this really related to the macro picture where we're seeing equities across the board up this week, Friday and possibly today in the United States because of some enthusiasm in the banking sector?
It's a combination of both. I mean, I think more the latter. Certainly there'll be a degree of relief that the ETH merge has met without any significant fault. But I think there's relief all across markets currently, including crypto. We certainly at GlobalBlock are seeing professional buyers load up on Bitcoin and ETH around these levels. It's had such a collapse, and there's been so much stress in the markets. The forced sellers are hopefully all done by now, and people are seeing value right here, especially given the macroeconomic backdrop. At GlobalBlock, we don't offer any leverage, so people come to us and they put the full cash up, and that shows real commitment to the asset class. So we're seeing a lot more of that currently.
Yeah, we saw a couple $100 million in liquidations in ETH futures overnight. Most of them were shorts that got kicked off the market, if you will. And as you said, you don't offer leverage, but nonetheless, are you seeing people load up and go straight? Are they long basically, or how are they positioned right now? Do you see more flows coming in the past 24, 48 hours to buy, or what kind of positions are they taking?
There's been generally a sort of steady flow below the 20,000 level, certainly. And I think as Bitcoin starts and ETH start to build on the gains they're making, hopefully these gains hold, but you never know, then more and more people will follow. And there's quite a herd mentality in markets, as you know. But the smart money is definitely buying below 20,000 and will probably add as the macroeconomic picture develops and assets start to rise.
We're also seeing the dollar gaining strength on the euro, now at parity, first time in 20 years, and central bank tightening happening all over the world. I wonder how that is impacting the markets in your side of the pond.
Yeah, that's a great, very interesting dynamic, the dollar strength, because it's great for the US, but not so good for everyone else. And whilst that makes imports cheaper for exporting more easy for places like Japan and Europe. Currently, as you know, oil and food, mostly priced in dollars, is much more expensive. It's creating a lot of problems domestically in Europe and the UK. And I think more question marks are coming around the global dominance of the dollar, and that can lead to very interesting discussions about what the world's reserve currency could be. And dare I say it, that's an obvious place for Bitcoin to feature. That's probably quite a leap for many central banks at this stage, but certainly some governments, as we all know, are on that bandwagon already.
Do you think it would be wise for central banks to put Bitcoin on the Treasury reserves?
I do think it would be wise, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, currency is all about, at the end of the day, a medium of exchange is all about trust. And if you lose that, the trust is hard won and easily lost. And if you lose it, it's game over. And it would be wise for anyone to have a portion of their balance sheet in Bitcoin, certainly. It's the trust in Bitcoin is growing, notwithstanding the farce of so-called DeFi institutions over the last few weeks, which have shown to be more CeFi than DeFi. Which has been negative for the sector as a whole, as we know, not only in terms of price, but also in terms of sentiment towards it. But looking ahead, you've got to understand that the crypto will adapt to that. So poorly designed protocols like Terra Luna will get enhanced, and companies like BlockFi and Celsius different companies will rise from the ashes, and they'll be stronger with better protocols.
So with the dollar strength, of course, is this idea that if the dollar is strong, Bitcoin is weak, crypto gets weak because a stronger dollar buys, more of these cryptos. So does this? Do you think that paradigm still holds? Because here we're seeing, obviously, the dollar getting stronger with higher interest rates. At the same time, we saw Bitcoin fall quite a bit, and it's just sort of bouncing. Where does that paradigm or that narrative go?
Well, I think that depends.
How do you see it shaping up?
I think that depends on how you frame it. So I prefer to see that dynamic as dollar weakness means excess dollars around. Dollar strength means there are tightening conditions. There's fewer dollars around. There's fewer cash around to buy assets in general, including crypto. So when there are more dollars in circulation, people will that money will flow into risk assets. I don't think the way you described it, whilst it makes a lot of sense, I don't think that's the narrative driving the markets personally.